in the next 60 minutes, as you will have the Election Commission talking of the dates, the number of phases that will be required to ensure that the next government in place. So a lot could happen between the Election Commission putting out the dates versus when the election begins. Now, I quickly want to tell you a little bit more about what happened the last time around. This is in 2019. Remember, at that point around, you had the elections that were announced on the 10th of March. So it's not really very late. And do remember, the term of the present Lok Sabha ends on the 16th of June. This means that before the 16th of June, you will have a new government in place. The battleground then, ladies and gentlemen, is getting ready for the biggest electoral fight. On one hand, you have Narendra Modi. It's Modi leading the fight. But who's on the other side? They call themselves Team India Alliance. Time and again, you've seen the BJP asking them, Chehra kaun hai, Niti kaun hai, Raniti kya hai? I don't know whether we believe that we have enough answers to that question, but today, the Election Commission of India is gearing up to announce the much-awaited dates for the Lok Sabha polls. And this will actually then sound the poll bugle for the country's most important democratic process. This is elections, the festival of elections. Now, not just this, expectations are also high for the revelation of the assembly poll dates in states. Remember, there are states that's going to be voting not just for the Lok Sabha but also for their states. This is Odisha, Arunachal, Sikkim and Andhra Pradesh. And there has been a lot of buzz whether we will see simultaneous polls in Jammu and Kashmir or not. So the answers to all those questions is what you will find close to about 4:30. Remember, again and again, I say 3 o'clock is where that all-important press conference begins. And according to anticipation, there are indications that the Election Commission of India could be looking at Jammu and Kashmir. Now, the Prime Minister, in the last 100 days, interesting trivia, has been to Jammu and Kashmir twice. He's spoken about Naya Kashmir. He's spoken about how there has been a completely radical change after the abrogation of 370. So this is a region that is undergoing a transformative phase. Now, also according to a lot of anticipation, there are indications that the Election Commission of India might also unveil the dates for elections in that region. Not just that, we are also looking at what happens in the other states. And we also have a panel of guests joining us. We'll also have a team of reporters tracking everything. But today, what has also happened is that the BJP officially has put forward its theme song for the big battle of 2024. And that is, Pura Desh Modi Ka Parivar Hai. So let's quickly begin by putting out a lot more reactions, lot more details that we have on how this poll bugle is getting sounded and what really are the expectations by all sides.
कि सबके लिए वो निष्पक्ष रहे। चुनाव आयोग हमें ये बात इसलिए कहना पड़ते कि पिछले कई चुनाव में हमने देखा है कि आचार संहिता, जो कोड ऑफ कॉन्डक्ट कहते हैं हम लोग, जो चुनाव ऐलान होने की बाद देश में चालू हो जाते हैं, बहाल हो जाते हैं, उस समय आम वोटरों को लुभाने के लिए आज सत्तारूढ़ पार्टी और खासकर देश की प्रधानमंत्री कभी कभी इसका बेजा इस्तेमाल करते हैं।
And do remember, we are also talking of the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister right now, even as we speak, is down south. Now, down south, they have a Mission 130. This is all the important 5 states down south. The Prime Minister was addressing a rally in Telangana, and there again, he echoes the famous slogan by him, where he says, Ab ki baar, 400 par.
मोदी को आपसे वोट लेकर अपने परिवार के लोगों के लिए कुर्सी और अपने परिवार के लोगों के लिए बैंक बैलेंस की व्यवस्था नहीं करनी है। मोदी का तो परिवार 140 करोड़ देशवासी है और न ही मोदी को कुर्सी पर बैठ करके सत्ता सुख भोगना है। 23 साल से पहले मुख्यमंत्री के रूप में और अब प्रधानमंत्री के रूप में आपने मुझे सेवा का मौका दिया है। मैंने एक दिन भी मेरे लिए कभी उपयोग नहीं किया है। अगर मैंने कुछ किया है, अगर मैं जिया हूं, अगर मैं दिन रात काम करता रहा हूं, तो वो सिर्फ और सिर्फ मेरे 140 करोड़ परिवारजनों के लिए। इसलिए मोदी की गारंटी का मतलब होता है गारंटी पूरी होने की गारंटी।
So Modi says कि मोदी की गारंटी का मतलब होता है कि गारंटी पूरी होने की गारंटी है। But then on the other side, ladies and gentlemen, for a moment think, what really is the narrative? What is that big ticket idea? What is it that the opposition today is speaking about? Is it just the fact that they all had to come together for their survival to defeat Narendra Modi? What is it that they offer? Now, this is a string of reactions that have come in from the opposition who still believe that they are all united in spite of a lot of desertions, and they say the BJP will be defeated at the hustings.
Our account is closed, their account is open, and that too they got 6,000 crores. 600.
More than 6,000.
That 6,000 crores. And whereas the others have got little money, and opposition parties' account, if you freeze, then how they will fight election, and where is the level playing ground? They are doing this. Therefore, I demand an inquiry at highest level.
कांग्रेस पार्टी ने अपने मैनिफेस्टो में नारी शक्ति के लिए सरकारी भर्तियों में 50% आरक्षण, उसके साथ में किसानों के लिए कर्ज माफी, एमएसपी पर गारंटी का कानून और युवाओं के लिए सरकारी जो पद रिक्त पड़े उनमें भर्ती, और उसके साथ कैसे जो है वो पेपर लीक को रोका जाए, इसके लिए फुल प्रूफ इंतजाम करेंगे। कांग्रेस पार्टी पूरी तरीके से अपने इंडिया गठबंधन के साथ में चुनाव में जा रही। लोग भारतीय जनता पार्टी से उबे हुए हैं। भारतीय जनता पार्टी का सफाया तय है, क्योंकि बीजेपी ने, प्रधानमंत्री ने देश के लोगों से झूठ बोला।
देखिए, आज 2024 के लोकसभा चुनाव का ऐलान हो जाएगा और जनता इस बार चुनाव लड़ेगी बीजेपी के खिलाफ। देश की जनता तैयार है बीजेपी को हटाने के लिए। जिस तरह से नौजवान, किसान, मजदूर, गरीब, माताएं, बहनें, सब लोगों ने ठाना है भाजपा को हटाना है, देश को बचाना है।
महाराष्ट्र अब पूरी तरह तैयार है। कांग्रेस पार्टी का हर वर्कर चुनाव का इंतजार कर रहा है और महाराष्ट्र की जनता भी कर रही है, क्योंकि आपने देखा होगा कि कल ही इलेक्ट्रल बॉन्ड का जिस तरह से मोदी की सरकार ने, बीजेपी ने देश को बेच के अपने मुट्ठी भर लोगों को लुटा के दिया है। ये लूटने वाली जो व्यवस्था देश में बनी हुई है और देश को बेच रही है, उसके विरोध में महाराष्ट्र की जनता, हमारा वर्कर तो तैयारी है, महाराष्ट्र की जनता भी उसके लिए तैयार है और इनको अब सत्ता से बाहर करना यही मकसद और देश को बचाना यही मकसद अब महाराष्ट्र की जनता का बना हुआ है।
So the opposition still believes कि देश की जनता इस समय नरेंद्र मोदी और उनकी सरकार से एकदम परेशान है, उनको हटाएंगी। But when you ask them that what really is your narrative, we don't get any answer. And do remember, in the last 1 year or so, you've seen the entire India alliance taking shape. But ladies and gentlemen, believe this, that till now there has not been one single joint opposition rally, not even one of it. So what really does this tell us of their own preparation? We'll decode the answer to that story also in just a moment. I also want to get into of our colleagues, Pragya and Rishabh, both tracking this story for us. They remember our reporting from outside the Election Commission and the Vigyan Bhavan respectively. Pragya, to you, because you also do report for the BJP for us, and you have an inside track of how the BJP operates. In spite of the fact that 2014 to 2019, you've seen the BJP seats only going up, it is, Pragya, for the very first time that the Prime Minister has stuck his neck out and he's giving us a number. So does this mean that the BJP is super confident that the NDA will go 400 par and BJP will go 370 par?
Well, Dipti, if you look at the events that are unfolding right now, opposition, they are not a united lot. BJP knows this. BJP initially thought if they come together, then it could be a challenge. But now they know that the things can unravel within the opposition bloc. And despite knowing that, they're still contesting this election as if every seat matter, each and every candidate matter. And this is the reason why Prime Minister had been to Jammu and Kashmir twice recently, and also focusing on southern states. If you remember, Prime Minister said that we are expecting many seats from the southern states as well. There is a very strong narrative by the opposition that BJP is only North Indian party and not about the South India. And Prime Minister is trying to prove that wrong, and that is why Prime Minister has ensured that the target is set for the BJP, which is 370 seats. And if you remember, apart from Karnataka, BJP won 25 seats in Karnataka. There are other states like Tamil Nadu where BJP is still struggling to have its hold on the ground. Yet they are believing that they will have at least 2 to 3 seats from Tamil Nadu itself, 1 or 2 from Kerala itself. They had never won at least at one time when they had an MP from Kerala. They are also expanding their base there, and this is exactly the reason why Prime Minister started working on ensuring that there is some kind of integrity of southern culture and North Indian culture as well. Tamil Kashi Sangamam was one such attempt, and this is exactly why the Viksit Bharat focus had been in the southern states. Prime Minister had asked all the top union ministers to go into southern states and propagate Viksit Bharat Yatra. Prime Minister has written a letter to all 140 crore Indians today in the morning saying that we are doing the development politics, we are for the politics of development, and there are so many schemes that you have been benefited for, and we will do more. And not just that, Prime Minister has also attacked the dynasty politics, and they have also stitched alliances like TDP in the Andhra, despite everyone saying that this could not be possible, as Chandrababu Naidu did not part on a very good note, and also they are trying to stitch other alliances as well. Telangana, they are contesting as a one primary, very important party in the state. So all of that, if you see together, BJP is not taking...
Through this afternoon and evening, Pragya, we'll decode and we'll go state by state and we'll, get insight into exactly what you mentioned. But the big picture, Rishabh, continues to be that on one side, you have the BJP that is aiming to go even bigger this time around. If 370 has to happen, this means the vote share has to touch a 50%. And the last time this happened in the country was only 1984, after the assassination of Indira Gandhi. And I think that point around, you had the Congress touching a 47 to a 48% vote share. So the BJP has a plan and agenda, but I want to know, what about the INDA alliance? And you are just outside the Vigyan Bhavan. Also, if you could pan your cameras around, is there already action? Has the team already arrived there?
Well, Deepthi, it's still 45 minutes to go for the beginning of the very important press conference. And I asked my cameraman Sanjay to show that how the media, the foreign media, the national media, everyone is here with an anticipation that when will the press conference happen. And as we are talking, and as you were mentioning, that 370 is a number that, as you mentioned, needs at least 50% around of vote. Last time around it was 38%, roughly the vote share for BJP. So now the question is, where will they get the 12% vote? Which will they get it from South? Will the Northeast vote more for BJP? Will Punjab, if we see the state-wise, Odisha, Punjab, parts of Jharkhand, West Bengal are the states in the northern India where BJP would like to increase the seats, because these are states where they didn't perform that well as expected back in 2019. Punjab or West Bengal or Odisha. Down south, except Karnataka and those 4 seats in Telangana. BJP haven't had a mark down south. They would like to have more seats under Anil Antony in Kerala, with Annamalai going to, door-to-door campaign that we have seen from Annamalai. BJP would like to have more seats from Tamil Nadu. So definitely the 370 number, it's not an easy feat to achieve. And as you mentioned, since 1984, this hasn't been a number. That election happened just after the, assassination of Prime Minister Indira Gandhi, the then Prime Minister Indira Gandhi, by her own bodyguards. Then Rajiv Gandhi led to a 400-plus seat Congress government. But since then, we haven't seen that feat till now. So in an hour, we'll get to know when the elections will take place, how the elections will take place, and when will it happen. If we go by the last time, 10th of March was the election announcement. 7 phases of election. 23rd May was counting. By end of May, the government was in office. 16th June
the first
is the
phase of polling happened on the 11th of April then. So, going by the fact that we are just 5 days, delay to what happened in 2019, possibly by the second week of April only is where we could have the first phase of polling.